Okay, I'm not just recording you. Thank you, mister. Thank you for being my model. You okay? You look kind of grumpy. Mister, I love you. Pay me no mind. Okay, I'm going. Oh, ooh, that looks closer than I thought. Okay, anyway. Originally, I was supposed to continue the series of paintings and drawings that I started with. But I'm gonna take a step back from that, not because I'm tired of it, but because there's a time limit to get this one done. So I'm gonna do a painting. And the subject of that painting just happens to be my cat. Sorry, I just bumped into something, so I was making sure I didn't break anything. And yes, my stuffy nose prevails. So hold on, let me just pull up some references of what I want to draw. And while I'm doing this, I might as well make it like kind of like a tutorial, right? So first thing first, if you need a reference, get reference. Actually, you should always use reference, honestly. So my subject is my baby. Although he's very cute, he is not very photogenic. And I'm gonna paint by this size, so I want to get to this size, and I want to make it my thumbnails to scale, so because I wanted to fit this thing, which is actually told me how big. It's 6 by 8. How small can I make it? 6 by 8. So since it's 6 by 8, I'm just gonna divide 6. Should I divide by 3 or 4? Well, it's a thumbnail, so I want to make it small as possible. So 6 divided by 1.5 is a bit tiny, huh? Okay, 1.5. Actually, no, that's small. So my thumbnail is going to be 1.5. Oops. And this, what's the other size again? 8. I think it's this is 8 part, right? Yeah, this is 8 part. Oops. This is 1.5. I'm gonna make it smaller. I don't think it's good enough for thumbnail. 1.5 by 2, I'm pretty sure. It's by 4. But, yep, 2. Basic math. 1.5 by 2, since it's 8. Okay, so that's a good size for thumbnail, so just scaling to size because I want to make sure it fits. Everything fits properly-ish. So I'm just, that's supposed to be 1.5, right? And then 2. Alright, so I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of thumbnails and figure it out from here. So as much as I harbor and dislike the cheap acrylic ink that came in a pack, it has been a while since I did acrylic now. So nice good comparison is using my less cheap, much less cheaper paints. So I'm going to use these. Well, except this one. This is a dollar store, so this is also still cheap, but compared to that one, it's a lot less. And I wanted a warmer blue compared to my cold blue. The only cold blue I have is ultramarine, which is a very cold blue, I think. Or is it a warm blue? I can't tell. But it's darker than this, so I decided to go with this one. And my yellow, and a warm yellow, and a cold red. Yeah, so that's what I'm going with for colors. And of course I got my white, my good white, and because I bought it and I might as well use it, my cheap white, which I'm not going to use much. Before I go to the actual painting, I just want to do a color swatch because these are all my references. It's not going to go crazy. I'm mostly depending on my reference. I'm just adding, I'm not doing crazy concept either. Ooh. I'm just going to use this to help me decipher my color, my coloring, and to help me decipher or decide which one I want to do. All right. So I'm going to start doing that now. So I have my sketch down. I'm pretty much going for this one. I like the negative space and the positive space. And for the coloring works in the angle, the composition. I really like that one. So I'm going to go with this one. Although I can't go outside the borders because it's a canvas. Yeah, so I'm painting this on canvas too. I want to do the sketch on canvas, pull up my reference, draw it, sketch it out. Then I do a line art. And then I do a base coating, maybe of this color. Hopefully this looks brown enough. Is this? Yeah, this looks brown. This look, although it's called red oxide, it looks more brown, right? So yeah, I'm going to use this as my underpainting, undertone, whatever you want to call it, before I actually do the actual painting. And so let's get to it. Well, let me get to it. Alright, now that we got to this point, it is all complete, it is dry, so now I'm ready to lay just the basic base layers. Basically, mostly on the cat and the chair. I mean, the base layer for the background will just be the background. I mean, yeah. Unless I want to make it part of it darker or lighter. But yeah, so let's just jump in. Well, let me jump into it. Okay. What was I doing again? Oh yeah. I'm gonna start with the background. Red. Alright, so the underpainting part is complete, and technically this should be a complete flat painting, but I was trying to spread it around and make it thin to see a bit of the underpainting as much as possible. It is already better compared to the one. As I said, this is much more expensive than the actual very cheap painting of Art 101. So yeah, it is up to the paint. But anyhow, now I'm going to hop into the lights and darks of the painting. Getting the shade, fur texture, all that stuff. Now that I finished the underdrawing and getting the shade of the chair and the crown, and I should have made it some more thinner, but whatever. We'll roll with it. We'll fix it as I paint. But before I hop onto this area, this main area, I want to make the background a little bit more darker. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to hop into the lights and darks, everything else. And I just realized I should color it inside the ear. But I like it. It looks like a flesh color, so I think I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I'm going to leave this. And I'll just paint over everything else. And I'm probably going to use this white now and change the white. Ooh. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. So this is it. I got some of the shade down. There's nothing much detail. I gotta put the detail in the fur next, and I also gotta put the more shade on the chair and the fur in the middle. I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, I got a burp. Pause here. I'm gonna try to save as much of this paint as possible. So I'm just putting in this drawer to preserve some of the paints. So yeah, just so I don't have to do so much of a huge mix. I was gonna put in separate drawers, but since it's so small, I'm just gonna put both of them in the same jar. Yeah, that should work. If I had a bigger mix, it'd been better, so I don't have to keep remixing. I'm probably gonna do that too. Just to get the lighting, the color I want for his eyes, the crown, the chair, and the middle of his fur, and then get more for his, because I want to go into great detail with all that fluff fetus. So yeah, that's it for this portion.
see you in the next portion.